Good morning, America. Travel turbulence. Hundreds more flights canceled today due to fallout from the government shutdown. With long delays, travelers frustrated.
It's just absolutely ludicrous. They have to do something.
What to know about your rights regarding delays, cancellations, and refunds? And will the situation get even worse?
Snap showdown. A Supreme Court justice answers the White House request and temporarily blocks an order to release fully funded SNAP benefits. What it means for the 1 in 8 Americans who rely on the program for food assistance.
Arctic blast. Temperatures set to plummet up to 20 degrees below average. On track to set record lows with frigid wind chills and snow on the way. Samara helping you prepare.
Deadly crash investigation. Investigators releasing new details about the final moments inside the cockpit of that doomed UPS cargo plane.
A repeating bell was heard until the end of the recording 25 seconds later.
The company now making an announcement about some of its aircraft fleet.
Mother arrested. The mom of missing 9-year-old Melody Buzzard handcuffed and taken into custody on charges unrelated to her daughter's disappearance as authorities ask for the public's help in finding the girl.
Grammy nods. The nominations are in. The artist already making history. And the top singing stars looking to whip up some magic on music's biggest night.
And giant jackpot. No winner overnight in the Mega Millions drawing. Now your chance to win $900 million.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good morning, America.
And good morning, America. It's so great to have you with us on this Saturday morning. No winners, which is why we're all still sitting here this morning. At least part of the reason.
I would be here anyway.
Yeah, of course. Rhiannon, it's good to have you this morning. And for Janae, we should also note there that the $900 million grand prize, it is the largest pot since the game's historic revamp back in April. Wow. So those jackpot's getting bigger and bigger. We're going to have a lot more on that coming up. Plus, we are live in Texas for College Game Day as ESPN's Desmond Howard takes us through the day's big games.
Yeah, we also have the worrying economic news as consumer sentiment is plunging and household debt hits a record high. GMA is on the money with essential tips that can help you save some money at the grocery store.
Yeah, very important information there. But we are going to begin here with the travel chaos, the air travel disruptions as a result of the longest government shutdown in history, just weeks before the Thanksgiving travel surge. And ABC's Melissa Adon is joining us live from LAX in Los Angeles with the latest. Melissa, and there are hundreds more flights canceled today. Good morning.
Exactly, Gio. Good morning. We're already seeing all of those cancellations pouring in as more than 700 flights are canceled today as major airports across the country are once again dealing with these flight reductions.
This morning, travel upended across the country after airlines canceled more than 1,000 flights yesterday to ease pressure on the embattled U.S. air traffic control system.
It's just absolutely ludicrous. They have to do something.
Long lines and delays after airlines slashed flights at 40 major airports under an emergency order from the FAA. Richard Olverio rebooked twice for his flight from Philly to Florida.
Total headache, disaster, nightmare.
On Friday, Washington Reagan seeing a 4-hour average delay, Phoenix 90 minutes, while Chicago and Austin seeing roughly an hour delay. Karen Soika's flight was rebooked, but out of a different airport. She couldn't make the new flight.
Are you ready for this? They rebooked me out of JFK an hour earlier with a 11-hour layover in some place called Port of Spain. Crazy, crazy.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy insists the drastic cuts are needed to relieve pressure as air traffic controllers work without pay and more call out sick, defending the decision to cut air traffic.
Some people have second-guessed what we've done. We have not politicized the airspace. We've been working incredibly hard to make sure that there's minimal disruption to the best of our ability and still keep it safe.
The shutdown straining the currently unpaid controllers and TSA agents and frustrating travelers.
I think everybody's been a little bit stressed out and definitely wanted to make sure that they were here early.
As some are more zen over the potential delays.
I have no control over what's happening. I'm just going to react when I have to react.
Now, if you are traveling this weekend, keep this in mind. It is up to the airline to notify each customer directly of these changes and then offer and work with those passengers to rebook them. Or if you don't take that rebook option, you are entitled to a refund. All
right, Melissa, Don for us. We appreciate it. And Gio, as our transportation correspondent here, what are some of the tips that people need to know about if they're traveling this weekend or into next week?
The most important thing is to download that airline app. Have that ready to go on your phone because you're going to be able to make changes on your own faster than calling someone at customer service. So do that. It's going to alert you when something's canceled and give you those rebooking options. I also love this website, FlightAware, and it's going to show you what the delays and cancellations are if your flight is, but more importantly, it's also showing you other flights on that same route and which ones are available. So airlines like United, they've already said, you know what, we will go ahead, whether your flight is affected or not, we'll give you a refund so that you can make any change. So look at that because different airlines may have that exact same route at the exact same time and get you out on time. Book the first flight of the day. I can't tell you that enough because as the day goes on, that's when the problems get worse and worse and worse. So you have your best chance if you do that early in the day.
It can be a domino effect, right?
It really can.
Once it starts, then it just gets worse. What rights do passengers have when it comes to delays, cancellations, refunds, all of that?
So the airlines have said, we're going to go ahead and give you a refund. We're going to give you a cash refund if these rebooking options don't work for you. So that's really important because they're hoping to get you that information that a flight has been canceled at least a day before. And that way you can make a decision a day before. They're trying to get it out a few days out. So just keep in mind that you got to keep watching that app and keep going on to FlightAware and things like that.
And Gio, this is a question that a lot of people are asking. With all the uncertainty happening right now, is it a good time to book travel for like an upcoming trip, or should we like hold off for a while?
You know, if you're booking an international flight, you'd be okay because international flights are not canceled. They're not affected by this. There's different like international agreements that are in place right now that protect that flight. So you'd be okay if you're flying internationally, but domestically, look, it's up in the air. You don't know. You don't know if you may get there. You don't know if you'll go back.
That is not what we want to hear 2 weeks till before Thanksgiving. But
exactly.
It is what it is. Thank you, Gio, so much. Now to day 39 of the shutdown and the battle over health care and SNAP benefits. Overnight, a Supreme Court justice granting the Trump administration's emergency appeal regarding funding the program 42 million Americans rely on. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has the latest now from Washington. Selena, good morning.
Hey, Rhiannon, good morning to you. And that legal battle over SNAP payments is heating up, but some Americans are finally getting a bit of relief with several states starting to process those food stamp benefits. But millions of Americans are still worried about going hungry.
Overnight, a Supreme Court justice temporarily blocking an order to release fully funded SNAP benefits. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson's order coming after the Trump administration appealed a decision from a federal judge who ordered them to pay up. The temporary pause gives the appeals court more time to weigh the legal arguments in the case. Attorney General Pam Bondi posting, a single district court in Rhode Island should not be able to seize center stage in the shutdown, seek to upend political negotiations, and dictate its own preferences for how scarce federal funds should be spent. At least 9 states, including New York, Kansas, Pennsylvania, and Oregon, say they're starting to send full SNAP food assistance benefits. But the 42 million Americans who rely on SNAP are still in limbo. In Cleveland, Ohio, 75-year-old Diane Howard gets just $63 a month in SNAP benefits.
Open up the government so seniors like me and others and people that have children can eat.
And she doesn't know how she can celebrate the upcoming holidays with her family.
Thanksgiving is coming up. I don't know. I'm just praying.
Meanwhile, Democrats are offering to reopen the government if Republicans agree to extend Obamacare subsidies for 1 year to prevent health care insurance premiums from skyrocketing for millions of Americans.
Democrats are offering a very simple compromise.
But Republicans dismissing the offer.
Of course, that's a non-starter.
Our Democratic colleagues are asking me to do something I cannot and will not do.
And overnight, former President Joe Biden blasting the Trump administration.
Now we have a president who's deliberately making hunger worse for Americans. It is a disgrace. It's immoral. It's wrong, simply wrong.
So clearly Republicans are not on board with the Democratic proposal. They say they will not talk health care until Democrats vote to reopen the government. But guys, in the meantime, it is not lawmakers who are paying the price of this shutdown. It's the federal workers who are missing their paychecks and millions of Americans who are caught in the middle of this. Gio?
That is such an important point, Selena. It's all about the American people. Thank you so much for your reporting here. Overseas now to Ukraine, where at least 3 people were killed and 12 others injured in Russian strikes on Dnipro. That's according to the nation's emergency officials. The attack was reportedly part of a barrage of missiles and drones targeting energy infrastructure in eastern Ukraine. Authorities say one of those drones slammed into a massive apartment building earlier while people were still in their beds.
Gio, we're getting new details on the crash of a UPS jet in Kentucky. The death toll rising now, and investigators revealing more about the plane's final moments. ABC's Olivia Rubin joins us with the latest. Olivia, good morning.
Whit, good morning. Over 100 responders are still on the scene of that fiery crash as they race to investigate what could have happened here. And now a major decision from UPS as investigators reveal new details about the final moments inside the cockpit just seconds before the plane went down. This morning, amid a search for answers, investigators revealing the final moments inside the cockpit of that UPS cargo plane just before the crash. Recordings from the plane's black boxes showing everything seemed normal at first. But investigators say things soon took a turn, bells sounding inside the cockpit.
37 seconds after the crew called for takeoff thrust, a repeating bell was heard until the end of the recording 25 seconds later. The crew engaged in efforts to attempt to control the aircraft before the crash.
One of the mysteries that the NTSB will have to solve is why was the crew unable to control the flight to get it to continue in flight? And that is probably something that was related to the explosion of the engine on the left wing.
The plane making it just 100 feet into the air, data shows. This dashcam video showing the moment it crashed into a nearby neighborhood, a fiery explosion erupting. Now, this new drone video showing the massive damage left behind. A scorched trail, investigators say, is still active, spot fires cropping up. And officials say the death toll rising again to 14, including all 3 pilots aboard and 11 people on the ground. Among them, Lou Fedden and his 3-year-old granddaughter, Kimberly. They were at a scrapyard nearby to collect metal. The death toll still expected to rise more, multiple people still unaccounted for. ABC's Matt Rivers spoke with Sean Garber, who said at least 3 missing workers were trapped inside his scrap metal recycling facility.
In the voices of those family members that you spoke to, what did you hear?
Sadness, confusion, anger, broken hearts.
And amidst all these questions, UPS now overnight temporarily grounding its entire fleet of MD-11s. That's the type of plane involved here, which makes up nearly 10% of the company's fleet. They say this comes, quote, at an abundance of caution and in the interest of safety, Rhiannon.
So many questions still and so heartbreaking for those victims.
Very.
Thank you, Olivia, for that. Now to the investigation into the shooting death of a cleaning woman who police say went to the wrong house and the homeowner opened fire through the front door. ABC's Ike Ajachi has the details on that. Good morning, Ike.
Good morning, Rhiannon. This is a story that's bringing a family to his knees. And this morning, they're searching for answers after a mother of 4 was shot and killed trying to clean the wrong home. This morning, as prosecutors weigh charges, a family left reeling and demanding justice for the horrific shooting death of a woman who showed up to clean the wrong house. Wednesday morning, 32-year-old Maria Florinda Rios Perez de Velasquez, a mother of 4, mistakenly arrived at this home in suburban Indianapolis with her husband to clean it. But police say inside the home, the 2 residents believed their home was being broken into and called 911. According to police, in the 5 minutes between the call and when officers arrived, one of the residents shot through the door, killing Rios Perez de Velasquez. She died in the arms of her husband, who says she fell into my arms and I saw the blood. It was everywhere. Her husband telling affiliate WRTV that they came to the U.S. from Guatemala 4 years ago. Their youngest child is only 11 months. While the shooter has not been identified, the coroner's office ruling the manner of death a homicide, resulting from a gunshot wound to the head. The prosecutor still deciding whether or not to file charges. Indiana has a strong stand your ground law, which allows homeowners to use reasonable force if they believed it necessary to prevent death or harm. But a neighbor isn't sure it applies here.
It shouldn't have happened, you know. Don't shoot first, ask questions later. Just don't sit here and take it upon yourself to shoot some innocent person.
Now, the investigative team here at ABC spoke to the prosecutor in this case, and he said that this is a hard decision to make, weighing whether it was reasonable for the homeowner to use deadly force, believing the cleaner could have been an intruder. As of now, still no charges filed. Guys?
Okay, a lot to look at there, Ike. Thank you so much. Now to the case of Melody Buzzard, the missing 9-year-old in Southern California who was last seen nearly a month ago. Well, authorities say they've now arrested her mother on unrelated charges. And ABC's Alex Stone joins us now from Los Angeles. Alex, good morning. What a mystery.
Hey, Gio, it really is. Ashley Buzzard is under arrest this morning. Her daughter is missing. 9-year-old Melody Buzzard disappeared without a trace a month ago tomorrow. Police from Colorado to California are now trying to figure out if Melody is alive and what happened to her. Take a look at this video. On Friday, Santa Barbara County Sheriff's investigators moved in to arrest her mother, Ashley. You can see in this video as she was put into handcuffs and walked away. Investigators tell us they don't know what happened to Melody and that Ashley's arrest is not connected to her daughter's disappearance. Instead, Ashley is accused of false imprisonment, preventing somebody from leaving a room not connected to the ongoing search. Now, this is video from October 7th of Ashley and Melody renting a car in Santa Barbara. Investigators say Melody, the 9-year-old, is wearing a wig for some reason. They believe to hide her identity. The mother and daughter then allegedly went on a 3-day road trip from Santa Barbara to Nebraska. Investigators say on that road trip, Ashley wore wigs, and they swapped out the car's license plates from California to New York plates. On that road trip, somewhere between Colorado and California, Melody disappeared. And guys, this morning, the FBI working with police really across the West to try to find Melody Buzzard. They're asking anybody who may have seen the mother and daughter on their road trip to come forward. Whit?
Yeah, hopefully authorities can get some answers and information. Alex Stone, thank you. Now to Fox Sports, firing football analyst Mark Sanchez just weeks after Sanchez was charged with felony battery. Prosecutors say last month Sanchez was stabbed in the chest after attacking a truck driver outside a hotel in Indianapolis. His family says they are focusing on his continued healing and recovery. Sanchez remains free on bond.
A White House official confirms to ABC News that President Trump has pardoned former Major League Baseball star Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry spent 17 years in the majors, most of them with the Mets and the Yankees. He played on 4 World Series winning teams, but his standout career was checkered by substance abuse troubles and eventually a tax evasion charge that sent him to prison for 6 months. The White House official says Strawberry has used his post-career time to find faith in Christianity and to remain sober for a decade. The president is also pardoning the former Speaker of the Tennessee House of Representatives, Republican Glenn Casada, just weeks after he was sentenced to prison on public corruption charges.
Okay, Rhiannon, now to the efforts to lower drug costs and the announcement from the Trump administration on slashing prices for popular weight loss medications. ABC's Christian Cordero is here to break it all down. Christian, good morning.
Gio, good morning. This could be a game changer for millions of Americans who want or even may need these weight loss drugs, but can't afford them. GLP-1 medications like Wegovy and Zepbound are proven effective to help people lose weight and in reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. They have exploded in popularity over the past several years, but accessibility is a challenge, with these drugs costing roughly $500 a month if you don't have health insurance coverage. New deals the Trump administration just announced with Eli Lilly, the maker of Zepbound, and Novo Nordisk, which makes Wegovy, will bring the out-of-pocket cost down to $350 a month for the starter doses by early next year. The daily pill versions of these drugs are expected to get FDA approval in the coming months, and when they do, they will start at $149 a month. And as soon as next summer, people on Medicare who are severely obese will have expanded access to the drug, paying a monthly $50 copay. Medicaid pricing and timing will vary by state. Now, President Biden last year proposed Medicare and Medicaid cover GLP-1s for people with obesity. It was one of Biden's final policy directives, so it needed continued support, but the Trump administration rolled it back. It is now narrowing the criteria to only cover those who are severely obese. Whit?
Christian Cordero, we appreciate it. Still ahead here, College Game Day. ESPN's Desmond Howard joins us to preview the big games today, including LSU and Alabama.
Plus, GMA on the money, some crucial tips on saving money at the grocery store.
And in our second hour, from horses to high fashion, how one family's remarkable journey has led to a celebratory fashion phenomenon. Welcome back to GMA. The iconic Cyndi Lauper among the top talent being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame tonight. This year's class includes the White Stripes, Outkast, Salt and Peppa, Chubby Checker, Soundgarden, and many more music greats. You can catch the ceremony live tonight on Disney Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then tomorrow on Hulu.
Cyndi Lauper,
yeah,
so good. She was just here. She is honestly one of the coolest people.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
National treasure for sure.
A great list. Outkast, too.
Yes.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
it. All right, let's take a look at some of the other big stories we're following on this Saturday morning here. A federal judge blocks President Trump from deploying National Guard troops to Portland, Oregon. The judge ruled Friday that the Trump administration overstepped its authority when he sought to send in troops to protect ICE agents. The ruling also concluded there was no proof of widespread violence to justify federal intervention. The decision issues a permanent block on Trump deploying troops for anti-ICE protests in Portland.
Wendy's is planning to close hundreds of restaurants across the country. The chain's interim CEO announced a small percentage of stores, so we're talking about 200 to 350, that they're on the chopping block right now. Company leaders saying that the affected restaurants are consistently underperforming. No word yet which locations will be closed.
It just keeps on climbing. The Mega Millions jackpot soars to a staggering $900 million.
Woo!
Yes, I'll take it. The jackpot surging after 38 drawings, making this the longest stretch without a winner. Tuesday, November 11th is your next chance to win. Get your tickets.
Oh, when it's freezing all across the country, go get that lottery ticket.
Right.
Maybe something happens. All right, we are going to start this half hour here with the exciting day ahead for Week 11 in college football. Game day bringing the show to Lubbock, Texas, ahead of the Big 12 game of the year as number 8 Texas Tech hosts the undefeated 7th-ranked BYU Cougars. ESPN's Desmond Howard, look at him right there with all the fans and folks out there. Good morning, Des.
Good morning, GMA. I'm just in Lubbock with a few of my friends, some of the Red Raiders fans behind me, and I'll tell you guys what, this is a great environment. I'm so excited for this game. BYU and Texas Tech. It's going to be a great Saturday full of football, y'all.
Oh, you're bringing the energy. Y'all are bringing the energy there. Hey, so we're going to get to that game in just a moment here. But first, it's a ranked SEC showdown in Columbia. Number 3 Texas A&M takes on number 22 Missouri. So can the Tigers hand the Aggies their first loss of the season? Oh, those fans are booing.
Yeah, they don't like the Aggies very much here. I don't know why. I have no idea, but they don't like Texas, and they would love to see Missouri beat Texas A&M. But I tell you what, you're looking at this A&M team, and Marcel Reed, he's having a fantastic season. They're very explosive on offense. For Missouri to pull off this upset, they're going to have to use their running game. Now, Ahmad Hardy, he's one of the top rushers in the nation. They're starting a freshman quarterback for the first time this season, a guy named Matt Zollers. So you want to lean very heavy on your running game and stay above the chains. Make sure that you win time of possession. If they're able to do that, they may pull off the upset and beat Texas A&M because the Aggies, they've struggled defending the run so far this season.
We know time of possession can be key, Des, and LSU is heading to Tuscaloosa to take on number 4 Alabama. This is their first game since parting ways with their head coach, Brian Kelly. So what are you watching here?
You know, guys, I'm watching the effort from the LSU Tigers. You hit it on the head. The first game since They fired Brian Kelly. So I want to know if something of that magnitude is going to galvanize this team. They come together and play 4 quarters of great football on the road against a team they despise in Alabama. We know that LSU has the talent. There's no doubt about that. I want to see if they have the type of effort for 4 quarters to upset the Crimson Tide.
All right, Des, let's get to where you are, because the fans out here behind you, I mean, they're chanting for all the other games going on. So I can only imagine when we ask you about this one coming up, BYU against number 8 Texas Tech, what will decide this Big 12 battle?
I tell you what, I was in the football building 2 days ago talking to some coaches. I was on the phone with BYU's coaches, and this is my takeaway. The team that wins the rushing battle will win this game. And I tell you guys what, they have a dynamic duo in the backfield for the Red Raiders. You have Jacoby Williams and Cameron Dickens, 2 running backs who are the top running backs in college football, but they're so versatile. You have Jacoby Williams. He's a guy, not only does he play the running back position, but he's an excellent receiver out of the backfield. They're explosive on offense. Barry Morton is back. But the team that runs the ball the best will win this game. Don't forget, BYU, they have L.J. Martin. Now, he's the leading rusher in the Big 12. He's returning from a shoulder injury for the Cougars. So I think being able to establish the run and stopping the run is going to determine who wins this big matchup today.
All right, we'll be watching, Des. As always, we appreciate it. Of course, you can catch Game Day starting at 9. ESPN, then it's a full slate of college football starting at noon right here on ABC.
You know who was a Red Raider?
Who?
Patrick Mahomes.
GMA on the money. With household debt in America hitting a record high, we've got tips here to help you budget and save on groceries. We're going to start here with ABC's Andrew Dimbert with more on those historic debt levels. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, Gio. You know, some of these numbers are pretty staggering, showing Americans are carrying more debt than ever before. A new report from the New York Fed says total household debt reached a record $18.6 trillion from July through September. And here's how that all breaks down. The biggest chunk of debt, $13 trillion, comes from mortgages, which is not surprising given how expensive it is to buy a home. Auto loans and student loans are next at about $1.7 trillion. Then you got credit card debt at $1.2 trillion. All of those are record highs. And when you look at credit cards, part of what's going on is that more people are using cards instead of cash to make purchases. Overall, consumer spending is up. That's good for the economy. What's not so good is that people are paying higher prices and higher interest rates, and lower income households and younger Americans under the age of 39 are simply falling behind on their payments. The typical borrower carries a balance of about $6,500 on their card. Today's average interest rate of 20%. If you only make minimum payments, you'll end up owing more than $10,000 in interest on that debt over 25 years. So you can see how quickly this snowballs, guys.
Absolutely. That is pretty shocking numbers there, Andrew. Thank you. So let's figure out how to chip away at that debt. Morgan, you have a look at how to save some money?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just loans and credit card debt, but with the government shutdown cutting off SNAP benefits and food prices on the rise, we know Americans are also feeling that squeeze at the grocery store. So let's take a look. According to the Consumer Price Index, food prices are up more than 3%. But the good news, there are a few grocery items that have gone down. Take a look. You've got ice cream, frozen vegetables, butter, which that's good.
Like ice cream.
Peanut butter prices are all a little bit cheaper. And if you're looking to save on food, experts say that one of the easiest things you can do is to opt into your store's loyalty program for discounts. But keep in mind, when comparing costs, you have to look at the unit price, that price per pound or ounce. That's where you're going to find the best deal. The experts over at NerdWallet also sharing their savings advice with us as well. They say advise to plan your meals to shop in advance. It can be easy to overspend. If you arrive at the store without the plan, I often do that.
Yes.
Especially if you're hungry.
Yes, you go hungry. That makes it a little bit easier to avoid waste. Also, buy in bulk, switch to generic, and purchase unprocessed ingredients. That way you can chop, mix, and grate all yourself.
And also leave your kids at home because they always want to buy every
I don't have that
thing.
problem. I just, buy everything anyway.
Now we have an excuse to buy more ice cream. So thank you, Morgan, for that.
And frozen vegetables.
Yes. Separately, though. Will Gans is here with who's topping the list of nominees. No Taylor Swift this year.
I know.
No.
It's a technicality.
Exactly. In some ways, who isn't on the list is just as crazy as who is. No T Swift this year. But before we riot, Swifties, it's only because her album will be eligible for next year's Grammys. But some snubs for this year include Lorde, The Weeknd, Ariana Grande, not in any of the big categories. But even without those names, it's shaping up to be a night of firsts. This year's Grammy Awards already making history. For the first time ever, K-pop artists have scored multiple nominations in the Big Four categories, thanks to Rosé. Kissy face, sent to your phone. And K-pop Demon Hunters. Bad Bunny becoming the first Spanish-language artist to snag nominations for Best Album, Record, and Song of the Year in the same year. But this year's most nominated artist, Kendrick Lamar.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot.
Up for 9 awards, followed by Lady Gaga with 7. As for this year's surprise nominee,
What would I do if I didn't love you, babe? What would I do?
Justin Bieber, you know, he makes this sort of weird, very long record that is really not what people were expecting, and he's being rewarded for being adventurous. That's awesome.
Wish someone told me, living this life would be lonely, trying to get away from the old me.
Meanwhile, a sour note for country music this year. The genre underrepresented in the Big Four categories.
It is surprising because country has grown and grown and grown and grown over the last 20 years, especially. And people who work in that genre, I think, have a right to be annoyed. And it's like, who do you yell at? Because they've got thousands of voters and hundreds of people on these nominating committees.
All I really need is a little good news.
All right, so this year the Recording Academy has introduced 2 new categories, Best Traditional Country Album, because the previously titled Best Country Album category has been changed to Contemporary Country Album. Sort of a lot of that happened after Beyonce won some country awards last year, so people are like, we need to specify here. And then there's also a brand new category called Best Album Cover,
I love that.
which is great news for my Grammys campaign. The music doesn't need to sound good as long as the album cover is nice. So there's a shot.
That's interesting that would have a Grammy.
Yeah.
Going after that EGOT? Well,
Of course I am.
there you go, best album cover.
Only
Right here.
4 to go.
All right, we'll see you in Pop News in our next hour.
Yes.
And welcome back to the play of the day now. A Boulder, Colorado woman woke up to find a black bear in her kitchen, not once, but twice in one night. The furry foodie, I'm not sure I'll call him furry, broke in through a sliding door, helped itself to an avocado.
He opened the fridge.
I get that. I like the avocado. The frozen peas, too. Then came back for seconds. She and her roommate escaped out the window. She must have been terrified. And just when you thought it was over, the bear returned again the next night. So moral of the story, lock your doors.
Wait,
Hide
the bear
guac.
came in and she still left her door unlocked the next night?
I guess so, but
Or
the
are
bear
doors-
really wanted that guac.
Or are they unlocking doors now?
Here's the thing, though. When the Bears find what they want, they're going to come back.
Right.
They're like, oh, yeah, that was a good house. All right, coming up here on GMA in our second hour, the actors behind The Young Heroes in Avatar, Fire, and Ash, live from Disney World.
Can't wait. Plus, Reese Witherspoon heads back to Harvard 24 years after her Legally Blonde character made her mark at the elite university. What she shared with students.
We love her. And Tori Johnson joins us with the deals to help you host this holiday season. All that and more in our second hour on GMA.
Good morning, America. It's our second hour. Travel turbulence. Hundreds more flights canceled today due to fallout from the government shutdown. With long delays, travelers frustrated.
It's just absolutely ludicrous. They have to do something.
What to know about your rights regarding delays, cancellations, and refunds? And will the situation get even worse?
Snap showdown. A Supreme Court justice answers the White House request and temporarily blocks an order to release fully funded SNAP benefits, what it means for the 1 in 8 Americans who rely on the program for food assistance.
Meet the family, taking tradition and training.
I know you want a treat too.
From horse stable to hot fashion trend, their logo going viral,
Started making sweatshirts and hats.
and how they're making a difference along the way.
And we're live from Walt Disney World with the actors starring in Avatar, Fire, and Ash.
This world goes much deeper than you imagine.
going behind the scenes of the highly anticipated movie as the stars and their biggest fans say,
Good morning, America!
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. It is so cool to be down there in Pandora. Wait till you see what happens when we turn the studio into Pandora.
Yeah, we're looking forward
It
to
looks
that.
cool.
Yeah.
I saw a preview of that. The stars are taking us into Pandora there. We're going to check in with them later, and we're also watching the Mega Millions jackpot soaring again. You've now got 900 million reasons to try your luck and get a ticket.
Yes, plus we have the latest developments on that horrific UPS plane crash in Kentucky, what we are now learning about the victims, and the final moments before the fiery crash.
But we do begin here with the travel trouble gripping dozens of the nation's airports as we enter day 39 of the government shutdown. The flight disruptions snarling travel plans as hundreds more flight cancellations take effect. ABC's Melissa Don joins us now from LAX in Los Angeles. Melissa, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. There's already more than 800 flights canceled today as major airports across the country deal once again with these flight reductions. This morning, travel upended across the country after airlines canceled more than 1,000 flights yesterday to ease pressure on the embattled U.S. air traffic control system.
It's just absolutely ludicrous. They have to do something.
Long lines and delays after airlines slashed flights at 40 major airports under an emergency order from the FAA. Richard Olverio rebooked twice for his flight from Philly to Florida.
Total headache, disaster, nightmare.
On Friday, Washington Reagan seeing a 4-hour average delay, Phoenix 90 minutes, while Chicago and Austin seeing roughly an hour delay. Karen Soika's flight was rebooked, but out of a different airport. She couldn't make the new flight.
Are you ready for this? They rebooked me out of JFK an hour earlier with a 11-hour layover in some place called Port of Spain. Crazy.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy insists the drastic cuts are needed to relieve pressure as air traffic controllers work without pay and more call out sick, defending the decision to cut air traffic.
Some people have second-guessed what we've done. We have not politicized the airspace. We've been working incredibly hard to make sure that there's minimal disruption to the best of our ability and still keep it safe.
The shutdown straining the currently unpaid controllers and TSA agents and frustrating travelers.
I think everybody's been a little bit stressed out and definitely wanted to make sure that they were here early.
As some are more zen over the potential delays.
I have no control over what's happening. I'm just going to react when I have to react.
Now, if you are traveling this weekend, keep in mind it is up to the airline to notify customers directly of any changes, then work to rebook them or offer a refund. Rhiannon?
All right, Melissa, thank you for breaking that down for us. Some Americans are finally getting some relief as several states start processing food stamp benefits. Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson temporarily paused a court order to release fully funded SNAP benefits. The temporary pause gives more time for an appeals court to decide if the halt should be long-lasting. At least 10 states, including New York, Kansas, and Pennsylvania, say they are starting to send full SNAP benefits. Meanwhile, Democrats are offering to reopen the government if Republicans agree to extend Obamacare subsidies for 1 year. But Republicans are dismissing the offer, saying they will not talk health care until Democrats vote to reopen the government. Gio?
Okay, Rhiannon, we are getting new details now in the crash of a UPS jet in Kentucky, the death toll rising, and investigators revealing more about the plane's final moments. And ABC's Olivia Rubin is right here to bring us the latest. This is so heartbreaking.
Terrible, and with that death toll just going up more and more, and amidst this frantic search for answers of what happened here, investigators are now revealing some of the final moments inside of the cockpit just before that UPS cargo plane crashed. Look at that scene right there. They say the recordings from the flight's black boxes show everything seemed normal at first, but then things changed. They say 30 seconds after the so-called takeoff thrust, a repeating bell was heard inside the cockpit. They say that continued until the end of the recording, the crew trying in vain for 25 seconds to control the plane before before the crash. Officials say the death toll has now risen to 14 and could go up even more, with several on the ground still unaccounted for. And amidst these questions, UPS overnight temporarily grounding its entire fleet of MD-11s. That's the type of plane involved here, which makes up nearly 10% of the company's fleet. They say this move comes in the interest of safety. Whit.
And of course, we are thinking about those families impacted by this. Olivia, thank you. Now to the case of Melody Buzzard, the missing Southern California 9-year-old, last seen nearly a month ago. Authorities announcing that they have arrested her mother on unrelated charges. ABC's Alex Stone joins us from Los Angeles to explain more. Alex, good morning.
Hey, Wade, good morning. Ashley Buzzard under arrest this morning. Her daughter is missing. 9-year-old Melody disappeared without a trace a month ago tomorrow. Take a look at this video. Santa Barbara County Sheriff's investigators, they moved in and arrested her mother, Ashley. Investigators tell us they don't know what happened to Melody and that Ashley's arrest is not connected to her daughter's disappearance. Instead, Ashley is accused of preventing somebody from leaving a room, not connected to the ongoing search. Then there's this video from October 7th of Ashley and Melody renting a car in Santa Barbara. Investigators say Melody is wearing a wig for some reason, the 9-year-old wearing that wig. The mother and daughter allegedly went on a 3-day road trip from Santa Barbara to Nebraska. Investigators say on that road trip, Ashley swapped out the car's license plates from California to New York plates for some reason. And on that road trip, somewhere between Colorado and California, Melody disappeared. And guys, this morning, the FBI working with police all around the West, trying to find Melody Buzzard, pleading with the public for help finding the 9-year-old. Rhiannon.
All right, Alex Stone, thank you for that. Denmark is announcing plans to ban social media access for anyone under 15. Kids as young as 13 could be allowed access, though, if their parents agree and they sit for an assessment. Now, it's not clear how the ban would be enforced, but it would be one of the most sweeping in the entire world. It won't take effect for several months. Last December, Australia enacted a similar ban, making 16 the minimum age for social media access.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's really important.
Yeah,
really
as a
is
parent
important.
of middle schoolers, you know, I can't wait to present this story to my oldest daughter.
Here's the evidence you
Be
need.
like, well, look what they're doing in Denmark.
Yeah, a ban on you too. All right, coming up here on GMA in our morning menu, we have tips for travelers dealing with delays and cancellations at airports across the country.
Also ahead here, the latest on all things Stranger Things, Season 5.
Oh, we're going to the Upside Down, and it's time. Tori Johnson has deals to help you host this holiday season. Ready to plan that holiday party? We'll be right back.
Thought you were going to do the Mariah. It's time.
We are back now with our cover story, the latest on those air travel disruptions as a result of the government shutdown, which has now become the longest shutdown in history. Major delays and cancellations at 40 airports Friday, with Thanksgiving travel now just weeks away, less than 2 weeks away. It's hard to believe, Gio. You've been tracking all of this. We heard from Melissa Dunn. Already 900 flights today have been canceled. So if you are traveling this weekend, what should you do? What do you need to know?
I can't say it enough. Get that airline app. Get it on your phone. Have it ready to go. Have it pulled up. Because when things change, you can go in there and you don't have to call anyone at customer service. Those calls, it's going to take you a long time to get through right now because so many people are making changes. So try to do it yourself on the app. Ready to go. It's going to alert you when there's a major change. There's also a website I love using. It's called FlightAware. And what I use it for is I look at what's happening with my flight, of course, but you could also see what's happening on all flights for that route. And so you may have different options on a different airline, and that may be on schedule, that may be ready to go. So not all of the flights on those routes are being affected, just some of them. So keep that in mind because a lot of these airlines, they're letting you make these changes for free.
And sometimes they give you the alert that something's wrong just a little bit too late.
Yeah.
But if you're watching on FlightAware,
Right?
you can kind of predict some of that stuff.
See,
So
you're a travel expert too.
Well, I had to call you a couple weeks ago. I was like, what do I do? What do I do? So what if you have to travel this coming week? It is expected to get worse. Is that right? If this keeps going?
Yeah, so if the shutdown continues on, this is going to get worse. It's going to get worse and worse. In fact, the FAA says that airlines must cut 10% of their flights at the high-impact airports no later than November 14th. So that's Friday that we're talking about. Any airline that does not comply will be fined $75,000 per flight over the limit. So the FAA is also limiting space launch relaunches and re-entries that we always see, because when those happen, flights have to be stopped and they have to go around and all of that. So they're limiting that. But this is getting really serious because this weekend they were looking at about 4% in flight reductions. We've already seen what that does. Yeah. Right? Now we're talking about 10%. That's a lot.
No one knows when this government shutdown is going to end, but should people be readjusting their Thanksgiving travel plans now, or should they wait and see what happens?
I think keep your flights. If you can, and it gets very expensive, try to buy maybe a refundable backup flight on that same route if you can do it. That's a good option. But otherwise, keep your flight for now. Don't panic. Let's see what happens. See as it develops. If you can drive to a destination,
gas up the minivan.
Try that, right? Like, go for that little because
Christmas vacation on the road.
Yeah. So try that. And if you're getting on a flight, get the earliest flight possible.
That's always good advice.
Always, yeah.
Anytime.
All right. What is this?
This is my 11 from Stranger Things.
Oh, that's why we're doing that. All right. A little pop news with Will. Are you 12?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If I got a nosebleed, you definitely would have realized what it was. All right. We begin, of course, in the Upside Down with the gang from Hawkins, Indiana, celebrating Stranger Things all week long with the official premiere party for Season 5 taking place on Stranger Things Day, a.k.a. November 6th, a.k.a. the day that Will Byers went missing in Season 1. All of the stars and the creators of the show hit the red carpet there in Los Angeles, and look how much they've grown since 2016. Wow. It's crazy, yeah.
Grown up.
Exactly. On the red carpet, Joe Keery said Steve would likely be a father of 4 kids in 2025, which gives fans hope that maybe he'll make it out of Season 5 alive, unless he's playing us, and he is a good actor, so he might be. While the stars walk the carpet, fans at home were treated to the first 5 minutes of Season 5. Check out a clip.
Long last, we can begin.
Ooh, at long last, we can begin. I know.
By the way, the way all of us were just staring at the screen over that.
So it jumps back. That's a de-aged Will Byers there, and the writers promise we will learn why Will was taken in the first place. Stranger Things Season 5 is on Netflix November 26th.
How do they de-age someone?
With AI. Yeah. They don't need to do that to me.
Tell me more. That was, by the way, that was such 40. A millennial question.
Yeah. All right. Turning now to 4-time Emmy and 2-time Tony Award-winning actress Laurie Metcalf. She's starring in a new play called Little Bear Ridge Road, and The New Yorker calls this her stunning return to Broadway. I spoke with Laurie about the play and some of her most famous former co-stars and asked her to describe them with one word or memory. Take a look. John Candy.
Lovable.
Fabulous. Jean Smart.
Oh, I mean, I'll just say wonderful. But so many things pop through my mind. She is such a giving actress. Yeah, very. She wants you to shine.
Jim Parsons.
Oh, so funny. Playing his mom on Big Bang was a real highlight of my career.
You can catch our full conversation on ABC News Live this week, and her play Little Bear Ridge Road is now playing at the Booth Theater here in New York.
We were just saying, one of the greatest actresses.
That was such a dream come true for me, talking to her.
She has so much range.
She's incredible. Scream, even. I mean, we talked about that. All right, finally this morning, Elle Woods is heading back to Harvard. What, like it's hard? I'm not talking Legally Blonde 3 yet. We do know it's in the works, along with a prequel, the Legally Blonde cinematic universe, y'all. It keeps expanding. But I am talking about Reese Witherspoon, the woman behind our favorite law student, hitting Harvard's campus 24 years after Elle Woods made her mark. Reese visiting Harvard Business School for an event titled A Conversation on Women and Leadership, where she shared her thoughts on entrepreneurship, leadership, and empowering women. And Reese made sure to bring some nostalgia and a signature move with her. The bend and snap works every time. She also brought a pink fuzzy pen and a pink notebook for good measure.
Well, let's see your bend and snap.
My bend and snap? Can we do it? All right, here we go.
Ready?
Bend and snap.
He did it. He did it.
You know,
Thank you, Will.
I didn't have to go to Harvard for that one.
Another one who can bend and snap is Whit Johnson. Tori.
It's more like snap and crack. There's no That's it. Thank you for that. It is time now for Deals and Steals. Holiday hosting. The season to celebrate with family and friends is just around the corner. Tori Johnson is here with all the stuff you can get us holiday ready.
I love
here.
that you just told me that you love Christmas.
I
and
love
you love
I'm
decorating.
like Clark W. Griswold.
Good.
So,
So
yeah.
Holly Ball then is for you. You can stake them, you can hang them, you can even float them in the pool.
Love these.
They're so fun. They're great for indoors and outdoors. You could do both ways. They inflate in just a couple of seconds, and then they deflate so that you can store them and use them season after season.
Beautiful.
This is the easiest way to go big for the holidays, and they're all 50% off. And we've got
You gotta
a big
go big.
assortment online.
Silver and gold.
There you
Perfect.
go.
All right.
All right.
Oh, it smells so good.
Rose. So if you're going to be hosting freshly baked cinnamon rolls, Parker rolls. These are the cranberry walnut cinnamon rolls, all based on Grandma Roro's recipe, passed down through the generations. So they come in the trays. You can literally heat and eat. They're just ready. So then you look like, you know, you're a phenomenal cook to anyone that you're hosting, or treat yourself. You get 4 trays in a bundle, and they're 50% off.
And these are so good,
They
too.
smell so good. Okay, if you are baking pies, you absolutely need this from Talisman. So this is like their hero product for 15 years.
Okay.
Tan, don't burn. That's what you want for your crust on your pies.
It's gotta be just right.
Just right. This ensures that it is going to be just right. We also have these really beautiful like pie top cutters. You see those pies and you're like, oh my God, someone's like such an artist. Like they're not such an artist. They're just like smart in buying these things.
Like these ones here too, right?
Exactly. So if you want to look like the artists in the bakeries, these are the good things to get. If you're baking any fresh breads, they've got really the best tools around. All 50% off. They start at $7.
Excellent.
They're really like holiday heroes. Make you look great. Peugeot making their GMA Deals debut. We've got, this brings a little French authenticity to either your kitchen, your table, or your gifting. So we've got these beautiful pepper and salt grinder, the grinders. I happen to like the battery operated ones just so I can play with them right there and make a little mess. These enamel pie dishes are gorgeous for serving your fresh baked pies.
What do the kids do on TikTok?
Oh, they're like
thing.
ASMR
Anyway,
thing.
that's right.
Yeah, and then we have the whiskey chiller right here. They've got everything covered. These are really elegant, sophisticated, practical as well. You get the idea. Fancy. 50% off as well. You're ready. You're ready. You are holiday ready.
I'm holiday ready.
Okay, Analon. This is really smart non-stick cookware that's designed to sear. So if you see how the pan is designed, it allows you to sear. It's also fully flat on the bottom so that you've got even heat, which is essential for consistent cooking. So you get the benefits of non-stick, the benefits of searing, dishwasher safe, oven safe. We've got singles as well as sets. So depending on what you need for your to add to your cookware, there's an option here from Analon, all slashed in half.
Perfect for the holidays.
So smart.
Yep.
And then finally, to market. These are really great ways to kind of stir up the party with these mixes. You can. That's a French onion dip with chips or with carrots. What's great is this little single bag right here makes 4 to 10 cups. So you get a lot of dip in each bag. Best of all, every dip is salt-free and gluten-free. So these are like, Gio is going to give me that like checked box on reviewing
mix it up, maybe do a healthier one with Greek yogurt and stuff like that.
Yes, they've got the recipes right on them. So many different flavors. You can't go wrong. A bag is $4.25.
I love it.
Really good.
Tori, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We've partnered with all these companies.
When you've eaten 2 things, that's a good sign.
On these great products, you can get them on the website is
GMAdeals.com.
That's right.
Or the QR code.
They not like us. 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 They not like
Welcome
us.
back. No one is like Kendrick Lamar. His song, Not Like Us, won 5 Grammys this year, and now he's poised to break records next year because Kendrick Lamar has just been announced as the top 2026 Grammy contender with a total of 9 nominations, including Album of the Year, in addition to Record and Song of the Year for his song Luther, featuring SZA. I love this song. SZA's voice is just like butter. Also made SZA also made the top contenders list with 5 nominations behind Lady Gaga, Bad Bunny, and Sabrina Carpenter. The 2026 Grammy Awards air live next February.
Yep, it's quite the list.
It really is. All right, now to some of the top headlines we're following here right now. Peloton issues a recall for nearly 900,000 exercise bikes. The company warning customers that the seat post can break during use, posing a fall and injury risk. The models affected are the original series Bike Plus units. Users are urged to stop using those bikes and contact Peloton for a free seat post replacement.
$900 million, now the grand prize in the Mega Millions jackpot. No one matched all 6 winning numbers on Friday. That's why everybody's still here this morning. Now the prize surges higher for the next drawing. That's on Tuesday night. Your odds of winning, this is the part I always can't stand, but we're going to give you this. 1 in 290 million.
All you need is one.
That's right. That's it. Exactly. You could be the one.
Would you share if you won?
I don't know. You might not hear from me for a while.
Okay, look at this. Look at this dazzling display of the night sky. This is captured 6 days in a row in Canada. The Northern Lights putting on such a radiant show over Manitoba. The aurora's striking green and purple hues lighting up the sky as a solar storm rolled in.
Gosh, I love seeing the aurora. All right, so we are going to start here with one family story of turning their love of horses into a fashion business, and it is full of heart. And ABC's Perry Russum is here with this. This is such a wonderful story, Perry.
And, it really is a great story. Good morning, everybody. So we had a chance to meet with Robbie Siegelman. Back in the 80s, he opened a stable where he trained racehorses and was also using the animals for equine therapy. But now his son Max is taking the reins down a different track.
See, they all look good. They're happy. They're alert.
On a rainy day outside New York City,
I get here at 7 o'clock every morning.
we meet Robbie Siegelman at the stables of Horseability.
I know you want a treat too, but it says no hand feeding right on the sign. Do you want to get us all thrown out?
It's an equine therapy riding center where Robbie, a retired racehorse trainer, volunteers after running his company, Siegelman Stable, for decades.
I teach, special needs kids, autistic kids, handicapped kids. Veterans with PTSD.
How many veterans and children have you worked with?
Hundreds and hundreds.
As Robbie was winding down his version of Siegelman Stable, his son Max took the reins.
Welcome to Siegelman Stable.
Inspired by his father's logo and legacy, he's created what he calls a contemporary luxury brand. Max says he got the idea after looking at his grandfather's old hat.
Started making sweatshirts and hats with Siegelman Stable logo. That was my dad's racing stable that he started in the 80s.
I said, nobody I know, Max, is spending $65, $70 on a Siegelman Stable hat.
What started as Max making hats for friends celebrating his family's past took off after the artist Future were had in this music video. Siegelman Stable has now collaborated with the likes of Ford, the New York Mets, and Yankees. And sticking true to his father's story, proceeds from sales are donated to equine therapy groups. Max says over the years they've given tens of thousands of dollars to groups including Bravehearts, who's working to support veteran mental health, and Horseability, where Robbie volunteers.
There's a lot of layers to this story. It's like a heritage story, my dad's story, the harness racing story, the equine therapy story, and the fashion story.
Yeah, and this really is a family company. Max's fiance is their creative director, and then back in the 80s, it was Max's mom who made the logo they're using right now. He says the company who does their stitching was asked if they could change the logo to make it easier to make. Apparently, it's pretty hard to make, but Max is like, no, we're keeping it. My mom made it. Everything stays family as is.
This was a beautiful story.
Yeah, it was a great story. Really nice family.
Yeah,
dude, of course. This is a nice couch,
Right,
by
you
the
like
way.
it? Not
It's very
bad.
soft, yeah.
Welcome back to Pandora. This studio is literally on fire. We've got lava under our feet. This is so cool. All of this part of World of Avatar at Disney's Animal Kingdom in Florida, with 4 of the actors starring in Avatar: Fire and Ash: Jack Champion, Trinity Bliss, Bailey Bass, and making her franchise debut, Una Chaplin. And they've got a bunch of fans with them where they are there at Disney World. Good morning. It is so great to have you all with us.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, Jack, let's go ahead and start with you because people are so excited for this movie. The newest trailers had millions of views. Tell us about where the story picks up here.
Yeah, I mean, the story picks up basically, right after the second movie, and they're dealing with the loss of Natam and basically where the Sully family can go while still being pursued by the humans. And you get to see a lot new aspects of Pandora, a lot of new cultures and terrains. It's going to be really exciting.
So, Trinity, you play Navi. So, what's funny about this is that you don't get recognized right away on the street because you're always in blue.
Yeah, very true. It's very cool because of performance capture, I can be blue. But everybody I know, my friends and my family, they still recognize me. Like my teeth, my mannerisms, my face, like 8-9-year-old peanut Bobby. And
the teeth is the funniest part because they actually did molds of our teeth. So even though they may have changed the features of our face to make us blue, all of our teeth are ours. Mine look like I was 13. Except the fangs. Except the fangs.
Actually, when it comes to being recognized, most of the times it's in Sephora and girls trying to get Jack's number from me. I don't know why I'm trying to help Jack get a girlfriend or something.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, that's awesome. And Bailey, they actually recognize you, your family recognize you because of your dimples.
Yeah, that was something I remember going up to Jim and I said, well, my dimples are asymmetrical. He goes, okay, thank you for telling me. I'll make note of that. So, because they really want that our characters to look as much as us, to really draw out that personality from our performances.
Wow. Okay, so we have an exclusive peek at the film right here where some of the Sully family are fleeing to the jungles of Pandora to try to escape the Ash people. So let's take a look.
They're coming. Curie, come on. This way. Go, go. Keep going. Come on. This way. Hurry. Gotta get in the water. Come on. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Swim. I got you too. It's okay. What does Dad always say?
Sully sticks together.
No, the other one.
Sully's never quit.
That's right. Sully's never quit.
Oh, this looks so good. Una, let's talk to you because Fire and Ash is your first Avatar movie. What was it like joining this massive franchise?
Oh, it was such a dream of dreams. I mean, you know, these guys know we came in and it was just like a family right away with so much support and so many brilliant people, so many people that are just, that you just look around and admire everybody at work. It's such a joy. And then obviously the stories are great and we really care about them. We really care about the stories, you know, so it's good that it's finally coming out.
Absolutely. I know fans have been waiting a long time for this. And so Bailey, Pandora is a beloved place, obviously, for the guests at the park where you are. But I understand it was also part of your training for the film. How was that?
Oh, wow.
So we started training in July, but then while we were doing archery and swimming and got to go to Hawaii for a week and a half to really be immersed and did all the some scene study there, we did end up coming, all of us actually, to Pandora. And I don't know if fans actually realize that this place here in Disney is as important for us in character building as it is for the fans to experience, because it does feel very real, even down to the sound. So, and also on the Ikron.
Yeah, I mean, the Flight of Passage was fundamental to be able to have that feeling and then go onto set and actually remember what that feels like to fly. That was really crucial. Yeah, for sure.
I wonder.
Really attacks your senses being here.
Yeah, it totally does. I get that. I love that Flight of Passage. And I wonder, just like, there's so much to this world that James Cameron built with Avatar. What's your favorite part of Pandora?
Oh, that's a good question.
I like the Hallelujah Mountains. Can you guys see them?
They're so amazing.
Maybe it's like recency bias, but it's just breathtaking every time.
Yeah.
The oceans for me, I mean, it's incredible, you know. I mean, just the coral reef, I mean, the ilus, it's amazing, yeah.
Definitely.
I like the drama of the Ash. You know, I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but I like my volcano land. I like it.
I love that.
It's bleak, it's powerful.
And we've got the volcano land in the studio right here.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can
really
see where you are, but we've turned our whole studio into Pandora.
I feel like you could do character building and development right here on the studio.
GMA set.
Oh, take me there. That's right.
Jack, Trinity, Bailey, and Una, thank you so much for joining us here on GMA. Congratulations on the movie. We're very, very excited.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. That's right.
And the fans, too.
It's going to be so good.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, coming up, Will Gans is back. We have ABC's Secret Savings with big discounts on holiday beauty. He may be best known for his bend and snap, but now he's back with ABC Secret Savings.
Everyone's going to be bend and snapping when they see these deals today,
Yes.
okay? You know I love a little bit of bling, and for anyone else who loves a little bit of bling, Maya J Jewelry has these fabulous lab-grown diamonds in round, princess, and cushion-cut stones. They come in a variety of sizes, set in 14-karat white gold 4-prong baskets. I know, the earrings.
Wow.
We also have the 1-carat pendant solitaire necklaces, are classic, you know, look good. Take them day to night, whenever you want them. Save 50% today, plus free shipping.
Yes, free
Yes,
shipping. Those are the magic words. Okay, now we have some skincare.
Derma Blend. So this is a favorite of many of the makeup artists that we get to hang out with on a day-to-day basis. So this is fabulous high-coverage cosmetics. We have the Correction CC Cream, which improves skin's appearance over time. We also have the lightweight cream that will give you full coverage, correct discoloration, protect with SPF 50+, and it looks good for up to a full day.
Yeah.
So put it on in the morning, stay looking fresh all day long. The Pore Saver Matte Makeup blurs pores. It's almost like an Instagram filter,
Look how many
IRL.
different colors they have. They
Exactly.
have every shade you can think of. it
Shade
looks
for
like.
every person on your list. You'll save now on confidence-building products, all from Derma Blend.
Yep, and they have a great primer here.
Yes. All right, let's talk Girlactic, okay?
Ooh,
These
Girlactic.
are wow products that you'll reach for every day, and if you can get them unstuck from the thing, but
Little
these
TV
are,
magic.
yes. Some fan favorites I want to shout out, of course. We have the Cult OG Jello Gloss Balm. So that's a gloss and a balm all in one. They're easy to apply. We have the eyeshadow sticks as well, which are a fan favorite. Everything from Girlactic starting at 30% off
Guys,
today.
look at this palette. It is gorgeous. If you like makeup, look at those colors.
So fun.
Beautiful.
Yes, 'tis the season to get a little extra glammed up,
Yeah,
too.
I love the
All right,
sparkles.
let's talk Glow Science. This So Brilliant Whitening Kit right here is so great. No mess, no stress. It's patented illuminating mouthpiece.
Okay.
Adds a little bit of heat to speed up the whitening process. So
Does
if
it
you
hurt? Because
it
teeth
doesn't
whitening
hurt.
can
No,
be a little painful.
it's good for people with sensitive teeth
Okay.
as well. 3 8-minute sessions a day, and you'll have a whiter smile in just 5 days.
Is that what you use? Because your teeth look good.
Don't make me sing. Don't make me sing. Thank you so much. We also have gel pods that can be used solo, teeth whitening pens for on the go. Everything today is 50% off, at least 50% off.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, now we
Last
have
but
some more
not least,
bling.
yes, I love this. So these are colorful, on-trend jewelry items from Erin McDermott. We have the beaded necklaces. We also have charm styles, if that's more your thing. You can stack them up or just wear one. They're perfect. And then the bracelets
I
as
love
well.
the bracelets.
You can buy them as a stack just like that. And then, effortless bling on the go. Or you could just take one or stack them yourselves. You'll save more than 50% with our deal from Erin McDermott. Some of these things starting at just $12.
$12.
Love
I
it.
told you we were going to save you some money today. And we partner with all of these companies on these huge savings. So get shopping. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen. It's that easy. And make sure to check out our November Secret Savings Special with more than 24 exclusive deals that have been curated just for you. You can stream it on Hulu. Did you pick those?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh.
And thank you so much for starting your day with us. We also want to thank the actors starring in Avatar, Fire, and Ash right out there joining us from the world of Avatar at Disney's Animal Kingdom in Florida. Thank you.
Yeah, so cool out there. And more weekend news coverage and weather with Samara. We got Pop News with Will on ABC News Live. Brianna, it's so good to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I had a great time. We hope you did too. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.